Hey, Gemini. Welcome to my channel and your new reading. We'll have a look what the guides, the guardians, the ancestors, the angels, any advice, guidance, messages, what do they have for you? This is a timeless general reading for the Gemini collective. So whenever you come across this, there'll be a message here, there'll be something that resonates. Take from it what you need when you need it. Okay. Tarot of the Cat People. 5 cards. We also have a couple of oracles at the end, just to give a bit more clarity and advice. See what's going on here. Recent past, the Tower moment, realization. There are certain things you cannot put off any longer, because if you do, the situation is going to just get worse and it's going to turn into a big problem. At the moment, it's not such a big problem that you can't fix it, that you can't do anything about it. However, if you let it fester, then it will turn into something that you cannot control anymore, and you don't want to do that. So, next to that, you have the Lovers. Okay. Decision time. Now, so that's the opposite to do with the Tower moment. Any decisions that you want to make to solve the problems of the recent past, or the problem, it's got to be a very careful decision, very measured. Going to have to do a lot of data collection, a lot of research. So it may be a very practical problem that you solve here. I don't think it's very emotional or spiritual problem. It's more practical, down to earth. It could be a physical problem. It could be something to do with your health even. But decision has been made very, very careful. And you cannot decide on the spot. As I said, you have to do your research. Your data have to be there. The facts, the figures. You have to cross the T's, dot the I's. It has to be very diligent. It has to be very determined. 7 of Pentacles, waiting for the fruits of your labor to arrive. Maybe some delay in the financial part of your life here. You could be waiting for a raise. You could be waiting to start a new job. You could be waiting to reap the benefits of an investment. Anything like that. But you've been nurturing, you've been growing. You've been growing this tree of abundance here. Material growth is certainly happening. Prosperity, financial stability, security. Things are much more focused on secure resources here. So that could also be connected to the Tower moment, a decision. It could be about money. As I said, it has to be something practical. It has to be something tangible. Hanged Man, looking at this whole problem from a different perspective. Looking at it from all angles. That's why it cannot be rushed with your decision, because from looking at all angles might take time. So, you may have to talk to people, you have to communicate regarding certain things you want to know about the situation, the data, the facts, the figures. The 3 of Pentacles. You could be building this wealth with someone. Could be building this wealth on your own. Depends on your personal situation. But there is support if you need it. There's advice. There'll be financial advisors. You may be able to talk to your bank. You may find information on the internet when it comes to financial management and things like that. So, it's interesting. So it could be about your financial stability right now, being foremost on your mind. But as I said, you cannot rush the decision, because once the decision is made, you're going to have to live with the consequences. It's one of those decisions, once you've made it, you cannot reverse it. Or it would be very, very difficult for you to reverse it. So take your time, think it through. Look at the facts, look at the figures, get confirmation, get validation, communicate, express your ideas, convey what you want to do. Find the right person to talk to. Use your common sense. Be efficient, be sensible, logical, realistic and practical. Let's see what the oracles are saying here. What do you seek? What you seek seeks you, they say. What do you seek? You seek moderation. Moderation. Stability. Well, you seek stability, definitely. You seek inner grounding, a solid foundation, safety and security. You want to be able to rely on things around you, you know. You want there to be a constant, something that is reassuring. So, hence, careful planning, see? Careful planning. And that cannot be done on a whim, that cannot be done. That has to be a solid foundation, it has to have a solid foundation. Okay, you may use your creativity and your inspiration, that's fine, but it has to be mired in something tangible. And the options and opportunities have to be there as well. And they have to be considered, and they have to be they have to be considered and looked at and stuff. Moderation, so moderation, perhaps you have problems with moderation. Dependency, addiction, moderation. But that could mean anything. Moderation in communication, for instance. You know, you don't shout at people, you keep it calm, cool, calm and collected. You are settling in the here and now, in the present. And this moderation, you can refer to certain problems that you're having. It's a coping mechanism. So knowing when you have reached your limit. But also not making a rash decision. So this is all connected here. You know, being very considerate, making the plans. Moderation is part of this. You can't just barge in and expect people to do it, or you can't expect it of yourself to have instant results. No. This is something that needs to be worked for, needs to be planned for, needs to have a solid foundation. So that's interesting. That's kind of a new approach, especially as you'll be looking at things from different perspective. And that also means looking at things from a higher perspective. So, consulting your higher self, your higher awareness, your higher and expanding consciousness. It's there. Just need to pull it out of yourself. And moderation will help. Okay, well, that's an interesting reading here, Gemini. So, be cool, be calm, be collected. What you want to achieve is that inner balance, that inner stability, that inner freedom, that inner harmony. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a pleasure reading for you. I will read for you in the next reading. Until then, take very good care. Bye-bye.